Oh no, it's not working. I did all this work. Hold on. There we go. Why didn't it work? Alright, whatever. Hi, you caught me in the middle of my vacation. I am zooming in from my vacation home. So stupid! I do all of this work and it still scuffs out in the end. I set this to loop. Why didn't it loop? Hold on. Can't even do a proper greeting unless I know this thing's gonna loop properly. We good? Alright, we're good. Anyways. Hanaki! Did you know that our souls are connected by fate? Well, what do you know? I'm Yuno Hanaki from production Kawaii's Hanamizuki. Hi! Oh, Hanaki! You didn't know that? Well, luckily, I'm always here to remind you every single day. I apologize for the scuff. I was trying really hard to get this set up beforehand. I was also trying to find a nice BGM, but I couldn't find a nice BGM, so we're going with the usual OniMon BGM, but that's fine. It's all good. It's vacation brain, you know? I was trying to put in all of this work, but I already realized I was running super late, and this is like the one meeting I have to call into while I'm on this vacation, so... So we're here. Hi. How you guys doing? Things good? Is this your private Onigashima island? I wish I was that rich. No, this is just a luxury place that I can hang out. Dying from the heat? I feel that. It's getting warmer and warmer. It's pretty warm in Onigashima, too. You have a torso? I do. With this asset, anyway. This vacation home is in the IKEA. No, I got out of the IKEA, eventually. The other Oni took pity on me and decided to let me out. And I did get my meatballs in the end. Did you know that they serve, more than one meatball at a time? I didn't know that. They were pretty okay. I don't know if it was worth the hype, but they were pretty okay. Heat's going up, time to hit the sands. I mean, the sunlight, though. The sunlight, though. I think I am more than willing to just kind of hang out and look at the ocean from my very nice air-conditioned bedroom. I don't need to go out to the beach, at least not yet. I mean, have you seen me? I'm so pale. I am literally so pale. If I go out there, I'll become a lobster. I'm not ready to become a lobster. I've been rewatching that roleplay. It was just so funny. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, please give it views. Since it was so short, it doesn't, it's not really going to count for much this month, so it'd be nice if it at least got a little bit of replay value. We have a wonderful thing called sunscreen. Sunscreen doesn't completely protect you from the sun. I don't know what lies you have been fed by big sunscreen. But, like, while it is important and you definitely should wear your sunscreen so that you don't get sunburned, it can't do that much unless it's, like, a super high SPF. But you should always be wearing the highest SPF that you can anyway. Will help put on the sunscreen. Ugh, Tamadachi, I can't reach my lower back. Do you think you could put the sunscreen on for me? Haven't watched it yet? Well, it's okay. As I always say, VODs are there for a reason. Don't worry about it. I see you want your own personal parasol holder. I mean, I wouldn't be against it. That's not necessarily something I'd be against, you know? Draw a smiley face. Oh no! My tan lines are going to be in the shape of a smiley face. I don't know if I like that. I don't think I like that anymore. Sunscreen privileges revoked. But yeah, so today's theme is summer vacation. As you can tell by the vibes. I'm wearing my cute swimsuit. We are near the beach. We are having a vacation. So, you know, we're here to talk about, like, general vacation stuff. Or to just yap about whatever else. We do not have to stay on topic. As we know, I have vacation brain, so we could just ramble about whatever else as well. Vacation fun, so true. I am living vicariously through this background. But I really wish... I wish I could go on an actual vacation to a spot like this. Clear blue water. Ocean view from the bed. That'd be great. It's been a while since I've been to the beach. I miss it. Well, particularly I miss, like, reading on the beach. Hanging out in one of those lounge chairs and, like, reading on the beach is peak. It's so nice. Are you a big travel person? Admittedly, I don't travel that much. I wish that I could travel more. I don't really have the means to. I think I would travel more if I had the ability, though. I told my mom I knew a bunch of young people that have started saying yap. She was shocked that the word is back in vogue. Yeah, I don't really know how it happened either. Yap is a pretty old-fashioned word. Summer vacations are starting to become so insufferable. I'm contemplating taking trips during the spring. I mean, I think that's fair. Depending on where you go, I do think that traveling there in the spring when the temperatures are a little bit more moderate is probably more effective than going, like, in the middle of summer. I think a trip in, say, anywhere between April and maybe, like, early June would still count as, like, a spring vibes vacation. And then anything from, like, June to August is just, like, dead of heat summer. And depending on the place you're going, it can suck. Like, if it gets super hot or super humid, no fun. But, you know, a spring trip is pretty nice. Are you a do-nothing on vacation lady or a seeing the sights vacation lady? I think that I am in the middle. I want to have the flexibility to see the sights that I want to see, like, on a schedule. But I also want to be able to have, like, break days. Or, like, times where it's a little bit more low-key and I'm not as beholden to a schedule. I remember one time in school I had to take a vacation, around this time actually. And we went to, like, a big city. I don't know if I want to say what city it was, but it was, like, forever ago, so I guess it's not a big deal. We had a New York trip. But we had a very strict itinerary, and we had very little time to actually, like, wander around and enjoy ourselves, and to that, I kind of regret it. Like, on the one hand, having the packed itinerary meant that we could see all of, like, the major sites. We were hitting all of the major places to go. So, like, to that end, it was pretty cool. Checking everything off of the list that you would go see in that place, but on the other hand, it was so busy. And we had, like, no freedom to wander around. It was very, very strict. And I kind of wish that we had more downtime where we could have wandered around. But yeah, that was, like, the one time where I had a strict itinerary. So ever since then, I've kind of wanted more of a balance of, like, I would like to have, like, certain things planned during the trip, but I don't want every day to be a packed schedule. Because we were getting up super early, and then the whole day was just, like, going everywhere around the city. and everything was like super planned out, which exhausting. So I felt like I didn't really enjoy it because we were so focused on like being in the place and then having to get to the next place. So to go back to your question, I think I would lean towards a do nothing type, but I want like a balance of plans and then also breaks. Because it's still like a vacation. I still think you should be able to like take a break during it. Now I want an anime-style beach episode vacation. I know, right? I was always so jealous whenever I would watch, like, high school anime and they would have those beach episodes. What's it like to be able to just take a trip to, like, the beach like that and have an entire beach day? Very jealous. I also went on a school New York trip. They made a point of making sure we had a free day and wiggle room before and after most days with the understanding we wouldn't be able to do everything. Man, that's very lucky. Ours was packed. Packed as frick. And, like, I don't mind it. It's just, I feel like I wish I could have spent a lot more time at each place and, like, really taken it in. I think I would have enjoyed that a lot more. Especially because it was, like, a school trip, you know? Those are, like... As people tend to say, the school trips are the things you're supposed to remember. So I feel like the fact that it was so packed means I don't remember very much of it. I remember select pieces. But it was just so busy that I feel like I was just kind of like overloaded by everything we were doing. It was fun though. It was like one of the first times that I was fully away from Onimama for several days. I mean, I had taken, like, 1 or 2 trips away from her before, but I had always been, like... I guess I had always been kind of, like, in access to her, but, it was one of the first times I was, like, away from her. And I also had, like, money, so I could go shopping by myself, and that was a very thrilling experience. I think we spent like 4 hours across 2 days at Strand Books. Really? I wish that were me. I think we ended up at Grand Central Station multiple times. I think it was once, before we went to a show on Broadway, and then again as like its own thing. I think that was something we did on one of the last days. Because I remember that's where I got my, my book by my favorite author. I bought it at that bookshop. Did I buy both there? I think I bought both there, actually. But there was, like, a bookstore in Grand Central Station, so, like, those books have extra special meaning to me, both because they're my favorite, and because I got it during that New York trip. What's your favorite, New York cheesecake? I can't remember the name of the shop, but it was, like, a small, kind of, like, no-name shop. It wasn't, like, a chain. But we ended up stopping in there. I think it was in the Times Square area. Maybe, like, just off of Times Square. It was a really good cheesecake. I went for a very plain cheesecake. I think taking photos are the best souvenirs. I wish I was better at taking photos. I mean, luckily, my best friend, who was, like, my designated travel buddy, is good at taking photos. I think she did take a lot during that time. But I'm terrible at taking pictures, so I'm one of those people who's just like, I'll just live in the moment and I'll commit it to my memory, and then, you know, the memory is not... The memory doesn't work like that. Grand Central Station is a post office. Grand Central Terminal is the train station everyone goes to. Fair enough. Grand Central Terminal, then. But it was, like, the whole wide area. So many cool, like, restaurants and stuff. That was where we went to eat before the Broadway show that we went to. We saw, Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella. Well, there were 2 different options. There were 2 different options for Broadway shows. One was Cinderella. What was the other one? It was something, like, really... Like, it was very obvious that they gave options that was like, this one is the girl show, and this one is the boy show. Because I think literally no girls went to the other show. I think every girl on the trip went to Cinderella. A couple boys went to Cinderella. Not very many. But, like, most of the boys went to the other show. I wish I could remember what it was, though. But it was weird that they were, like, purposefully split like that. I made a point of trying a bunch of cheesecake there. I ended up really liking the cheesecake from Junior so much I bought one for my family. Oh. I'd see Cinderella. That's fair. You saw 3 shows across the trip. A few spent the free day watching Wicked. Oh, I wish I could have seen Wicked. That would have made my entire life. That's still something that's on my bucket list, is being able to go back to Broadway and see Wicked. I want to just see another Broadway show in general, but I think in particular seeing a performance of Wicked would make my life. I like Wicked quite a bit. But like just any other Broadway show. I hear the Lion King show is also a really good one to go see. That is one I haven't experienced either. Spamalot is one of my favorite Broadway shows. Ooh, that would be a fun one to see as well. We were at one of the shows where, I don't know if I should say too much about this because it might reveal the year that I went. But like, the show that we went to had like, celebrities in the roles. Like there were two celebrities. Only one was at the showing that we went to. The understudy was performing, for the other one. But there was like a... Would she count as like a famous celebrity? I mean, I knew who she was. Which I think says something, because I usually don't know that much about, Western celebrities. But I knew who she was, so I think that means something. I don't know if I want to say who it was, though. But she did a really good job. So that also made it particularly memorable. I got to see Phantom. Oh, that's another good show. Man. But I personally did really like Cinderella. It was super good. We saw Les Mis in Avenue Q. What? I wish I saw Avenue Q. I wish I could see Avenue Q. What the heck? I want to see Avenue Q. I don't know why I turned into, like, super, squeaky chipmunk there, but that just represents my excitement, I guess. You're so lucky! Lesser-known show called Bullets. Bullets over Broadway. Oh, interesting. Do that more often. Avenue Q is great. I know, so I wish I could have seen it. I still love the original cast recording for Avenue Q. Those songs are kind of classic. Every time I remember Avenue Q existed, I'm just like, very true. Hi, Yuno. Hi. Catching me on my vacation. We don't get to see anything cool on the left coast? What do you mean? There's literally, like, West... I was about to say West End, but that's what they're called in London. But there's literally, like, an offshoot of Broadway specifically for, like, the left coast area. You can still see some pretty cool shows over there. Off-Broadway shows are nothing to sneeze at either. And, like, when Broadway shows go on tours and stuff, still pretty good. Haven't seen many plays. The only one I can recall seeing is High School Musical on Ice. Does that count as a play? Would that count as a play? I guess I'll give it to you. I guess I'll allow it. Speaking of High School Musical, one of the other shows I've seen was like the stage version of it where... I mean, I'm pretty sure this is common knowledge, right? Where, the Zac Efron was originally dubbed over in High School Musical 1. He was dubbed over by Drew Seeley when it came to singing. He wasn't dubbed over in his acting, but he was dubbed over for singing because he couldn't sing. But Drew Seeley was the one who went on the tour and was like performing as Troy. So you got to like see what it would have been like if he had done both the acting and the singing. But it was pretty cool because like hearing him sing, it was like hearing Troy live. Are musicals plays? I would say that they are plays with extra music. I guess then you're going to be like, well, the counter argument, High School Musical on Ice is just a play but on a skating rink and on a stage. Which, I guess? Lucky enough that Broadway shows come to my city. I've seen things like Lion King and Aladdin when they've come here. I'm a theater kid. There's nothing wrong with being a theater kid, but something to know about theater kids is that they will find opportunities to tell you that they are theater kids. I was not a theater kid, I just happened to have appreciation for the theater. I like the performing arts. It's also because I am a performing arts-oriented Oni. So I do tend to enjoy, like, stage productions and stuff like that. We got a little bit... I mean, this is still kind of on topic. I've heard of a play that was a musical, King Kong. Pretty much anything can be made into a musical. There's literally a musical for Shrek. Like, if something exists, there might eventually be a musical for it. I think people were still kind of in shock that SpongeBob ended up getting a musical. Also, SpongeBob the Musical, bangers. Banger soundtrack. Really good soundtrack. Not sure you're beating the theater kid allegations. I'm not, though. I literally was never in theater. And that's like a big staple of being a theater kid. It's like being in the theater club and like doing the performances and stuff. I never did that. Nothing is sacred? What do you mean? It was good. Surprisingly good. At the very least, I liked it. I thought the songs were actually quite funny. The fact that they were written by a bunch of different, like, famous artists was also pretty funny in its own right. So good. Evil Dead has a great stage musical. I've heard about Evil Dead. Never seen it, though. Anyways. All of that is to say, I got to see Cinderella. I mean, it wasn't fully on Broadway. It was, like, Broadway adjacent. But it still counted as, like, a Broadway show, because it was, like, in the Broadway district. So, that was how it was marketed to us for our vacation. Gotta rig up your guys, right? Or else you can expect injuries. Yeah. It can be difficult. I heard that it was mostly an issue of the direction for the Spider-Man musical. Never saw it, but... Anyway. I've been, like, on a couple of other vacations besides that. I guess talking about, like, vacation destinations... I don't know how many of you this could apply to, but are any of you Disney visitors? Are you Disney park goers? Or, like, theme park goers in general, I guess? Or, like, resort goers? I guess it's more of a resort, huh? Because, like, theme parks, I don't think necessarily count as a vacation. I think they count as a daycation, because you usually spend a whole day there. But I don't know if they would fully count as, like, a vacation, I guess, unless you went for a full weekend. I'm asking because I am not a Disney goer. The last time I went on a vacation, it was to Disney World. Been to Disney a few times when I was young, but haven't been in a long time. Yeah, I think I went once when I was young. I don't really have any memories of it, but Oni Mama does. And I did find my very old autograph book back when they, like, gave you... Oh, I mean, they might still do it. But back when they had, like, books that you could buy at the park that you could use to collect autographs from all the characters, I did have that. I found it. I don't remember where it is now, but we, like, held on to it. The only thing I remember was that I was apparently quite scared of a lot of the mascot characters. Wish I could go to Super Nintendo World. You and me both. I want to go so bad. That's over near Disneyland, though, right? I don't think there's one... There isn't one near Disney World. Because it's part of Universal? The Mario World is part of Universal, right? Or it's, like, near Universal? But that is another place I'd like to go. I also am a theme park enjoyer. I just don't really get to go that much. It would be really nice to, though. I would like to make, like, a trip out of going to that side of the world, and then just going to all of the theme parks, the resorts, the whatever. It'd be so expensive, but it would be so fun. I want to go to Super Nintendo World, too. I would go. I would do it. I will document it if I ever get the chance to go. I would like to work towards something like that someday. I'm not thinking too much ahead in terms of vacations because I am prioritizing getting out of the box, but... Man. Sometimes I feel like I just need a vacation. Yesterday I watched a YouTube documentary post-mortem about the Disney Star Wars Hotel. Oh yeah! The one by, Jenny? Jenny Nicholson? Is that her name? I'm sorry if I'm getting it wrong. I've seen that all over the place. It's getting viral, kind of like, Quentin reviews this stuff. Yeah. It's, like, super viral, that video. I haven't watched it yet, but everyone has said that her insights were really, really good, so I might consider watching it. That's been recommended to me. Yeah, the Star Wars Hotel, they really fumbled the bag on that one over at Disney, so I have heard. And it's caused, like, a lot of people to speak up about, like, the difficult conditions working at Disney in general has. Like, not to bad talk it, obviously, because bad talking the corporation means that the mouse will find me, but... It's interesting how many things come to light after one person is able to, like, bring a spotlight to it. Jenny is the greatest storyteller of her generation. My goodness, it's high praise. Everything she does is fabulous. So I've heard. I heard that the video has, like, costume changes and stuff. That's pretty sick. I love when people can, like, dedicate that much energy to their videos and their content. I've been avoiding it because I don't like watching people talk about Star Wars in general, but I might have to give it a shot. I mean, I also don't know anything about Star Wars, but I hear that she takes a very generalized approach. I don't think it's necessarily about, like, Star Wars lore, as it is just, like... It's more like hotel experience stuff. And then I guess it probably helps if you know a bit about Star Wars, but... From what I have heard about it anyway, because I've seen, like, extensive people talking about it on social media. I like Star Wars lore. That's great. I love that for you. That's not me, though. As usual, Yuno is correct about it being generalized. Yippee! I'm a very observational person. I absorb what I read pretty well. I saw pictures and it looks more like the set of a low-budget sci-fi than an official Star Wars LARPing attraction. Oh, man. Star Wars lore watch-along win? What do you mean lore watch-along? Doesn't that just mean watching the movies? If so, no. All the love in my heart, no. The last time I tried to watch a Star Wars movie... Okay. Well, I was about to lie. I have seen The Force Awakens. I went with my friends. But that was the only reason I went, because I was going with friends. It was okay. I didn't hate it, but it was also just like, I don't know what's going on. They're making a lot of allusions to things, apparently, considering how the one Star Wars fanatic in our friend group was getting really excited. But it was alright. It was okay. It's fine. I've seen every Star Wars movie 2 times. I mean, seeing it 2 times each is not that bad. That doesn't sound very fanatic to me. That doesn't sound like an extreme. Like, I've seen my favorite movies in, like, the dozens of times. So, you're fine. That's a pretty normal amount to watch movies, I think. Someone spoiled the movie to me, unfortunately. Force Awakens? Interesting. If one Star Wars fan in your group was getting excited, she's not a Star Wars fan. No, what I mean is she is the one Star Wars fan. Like it was 3 of us who went? It was either 3 of us or 4. I don't remember entirely. But the only reason we went was because we had one person in the group who really loved Star Wars and she wanted to have a group watch the movie with her. But she liked Force Awakens. I don't think she liked any of the movies that came after, though. But yeah, in terms of like theme parks and like resorts and stuff, I've never really been to that many. When I went to Disney, it was when I was little, and I was scared of all of the characters. I don't remember how I felt about most of the rides. The only thing I can kind of remember is the teacups and the flying Dumbos, maybe? Other than that, I don't really remember that much. I think, like, when you go as a kid, it is obviously a magical experience, but I feel like you should go maybe at least once as an adult. Even if you don't necessarily go crazy on all the rides or whatever, but I think there is something beneficial to experiencing the parks at least, like, once. However, I think that in terms of an adult experience, you would probably have more fun at Universal or Nintendo World or something like that. I think Universal has done a better job of catering their attractions and stuff to both kids and adults. Whereas sometimes Disney does still feel more geared towards children, even though they're still open to everybody. That's just from an outsider's observation. I obviously would have to visit... I'd have to visit them to really give a full review. But based on things I have observed. Because I like to watch, this is like a niche series of YouTube videos I watch. I will give you a peek into my mind in terms of things that I watch in my downtime. But I will watch, like, vlogs and stuff from people who live near Disney and who, like, document all of the, like, seasonal stuff. Like, here's the new menu at Disney, or, like, here's this festival event going on at Disney. And I'll, like, watch those to kind of, like, live vicariously through them. And also to just kind of see what it's like. And, like, for them, they seem to have fun. They don't really go on rides that much. It's mostly just experiencing the festival stuff. So, obviously there is merit to going as an adult, but I still feel like a lot of it is, like, geared towards kiddos. I've heard lines have gotten pretty rough these days. I think it's a better value to try other theme parks in the area, but Disney has the prestige for a reason. Indeed. Have you ever seen that video about how Disney kind of, like, pioneered the queue system? If we're going to be talking about creators who make really good videos about these, like, sorts of subjects, Defunct Land? Love watching Defunct Land. That is where I get most of my park lore. But no, I have also heard that the lines have been pretty crazy these days. Even just the other day, I was watching a video from another creator who doesn't normally do Disney content, but he did for this video. He was doing the, like, travel around, Epcot to, like, try out certain, like, drinks and stuff. And he mentioned that there was a line at 11 a.m. for a margarita focused, like, restaurant area that was, like, practically 2 hours long. And he was like, are people really lining up to get a margarita at 11 a.m.? Your parkour? My park lore. I definitely enunciated. But yeah, I've heard it gets pretty bad. And that's even just doing something like Epcot. I can only imagine what it was like for rides. But no, I've like thought about those sorts of places for potential eventual trips. We used to have a theme park that was kind of near us. It was like an hour-ish away. Hour and a half-ish away. I think I saw somebody mention it earlier. It used to be a Six Flags when I was younger, but then it rebranded and became something else. But it did used to be a Six Flags. And I remember when it was a Six Flags the most, because that was, I think, when we went the most, but we would go, like, every summer. We would dedicate, like, one day on, like, a weekend. I think usually in, like, June or something. But we would dedicate, like, one full day to going to that park. We'd spend the whole day there. Every year. It was like a big family thing. Longest I've ever waited was 5 minutes. Well, there's things like fast passes and stuff, and I'm sure there are people who can get like benefits that allow them to skip lines and stuff, which is also fine. Valid, more power to you. I'm glad that you get to enjoy the experience faster. But for the average person, if you don't buy those, like, if you don't opt into those, like, fast pass or lightning lane type things, you are usually waiting around, like, 1 to 2 hours, depending on the popularity of a ride. Sometimes too many people buy the fast pass, so it just becomes just as long. I know, right? The ultimate conundrum. You know, in a swimsuit? Yeah. I'm calling in from my vacation. Figured I would talk to you guys a little bit before I contemplate hitting the waves. Yippee! You know, and she can cut the lines. I can't cut the lines, though. I don't usually go for, like, fast passes and stuff. I've been to Six Flags a few times. I remember having fun, but my parents complaining about upcharges. Oh, interesting. I don't remember there ever being upcharges. Granted, this was back when I was a kid. And then again, it like rebranded and it became something more independent. Unfortunately, though, that place is completely closed down. It's been closed for like a decade, I think, at this point. But it's a total bummer, because I did really like the easy access that park had for us. Be careful, the waves might hit back. Smack, smack, smack. It's okay, I love to swim. I will fight the waves. I will punch them. And then get wet, probably, but I will punch them. Hi, Nami! Thank you so much for the raid. Hi, Hirojis. I am calling in from my beach house, as you can see by my background. We are having a vacation. We are discussing vacation destinations and things like that. Various vacation-oriented topics. I hope you had a good stream. Welcome in, Hiroji. Feel free to stick around if you want to talk about vacation stuff. Welcome, welcome! Would you save us if we were drowning? Nami said she wouldn't. I would try. I can swim, but I don't know if I'm very good at, like, rescuing people. You also have to recall that I am very tiny. I am very tiny. I do not know how powerful I could truly be. What's a vacation? You're looking lovely. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's already vacation time. I mean, I'm like, I'm playing it up for the bit. I'm playing it up for the bit. I'm not actually on vacation, but like, we are approaching vacation season. I know because I have friends around me who have been planning vacations for, like, June and beyond. So I'm aware that this is clearly approaching the actual vacation season. In case of emergency, your beach Yuno can be used as flotation device. Not on vacation, but sunburn is real. Always wear your sunscreen. Even if you are not intending to go, like, tan or whatever, you should always be wearing sunscreen, especially as the sun gets brighter and more intense during summer. I've been craving planning a little trip for my birthday, which is during summer. You absolutely should! It's always nice to take a little break and go on a nice little trip. Taking a break and also, like, staying at home can still be nice, obviously, but I think that there is a bigger benefit to, like, packing up and going somewhere else. You get to feel like a whole other person. Maybe that's the writer's brain in me, but sometimes when I travel, or, like, when I go to a place that I'm not used to, like, being in, I like to pretend that I'm somebody else. That I live a whole different, much cooler life. Because, like, nobody's gonna know. These people aren't gonna see me again. So I get to just be like, heh heh. I get to pretend that I'm cooler than I actually am. How to make the most out of a small vacation budget? I think it depends on what you mean by small. But I do think that you could look into things around you that are kind of like tourist spots, quote unquote. Obviously, like, to you, because you live in the area, it doesn't really feel touristy. But my thought is that, like, if you go to one of those places, you might be able to experience, like, the place that you live in a whole new way. You could make, like, a little daycation out of it, at least. Or, like, a weekend trip. That's the VTuber in you. The VTuber urge to just become a whole new person when you travel someplace. You know, gets to be Chuny. I mean, I always get to be Chuny. It's just, it feels a little bit more justified, and I guess I drag people into my Chunibyo delusions. I give fake names too. Oh, that's my favorite thing to do at Starbucks. Sometimes I will just say a different name for fun. I mean, what are they gonna do? Question me? As long as I come up and take the drink when the name is called, it doesn't matter. I like to look up places on Google and plan imaginary road trips to them. Oh, that's fun. Being away from home even for 2 days can be a huge vacation for the brain. Indeed. It's something about, like, freshening up your perception of stuff when you're, like, away from the familiar environment. You're kind of forced to take in new things, and I feel like that grounds you more in the moment versus, like, a vacation at home where, like, you're used to seeing the same old walls all the time. Staycations are the way if you're working with a low budget. That are places you can go and enjoy in one day to save on accommodations. Exactly! Or you can make a weekend out of it if you can find, like, a relatively affordable accommodation. That's why our big trip was always to that, more local amusement park. We would go for a whole day, so we would get up early, we would, like, bring lunch in a big cooler. Spend the whole day there. That always reminds me of a pic I saw on Twitter of a guy saying his drink order name was Mark with a C, and getting this cup saying Kark. I love stories like that where they're like, please spell my name this way, and then the barista tries their best, but boy do they get it wrong. Staycation sounds too silly to me as a concept and word. I mean, staycation really just means that you're taking a break, but you're spending it, like, at home, without the pressure of having to go to work. I don't think as a concept it's silly. The word could be silly, though. I think they just called it staycation because it rhymes with vacation. People straight up try their hardest to mess up your name sometimes. I mean, as long as they pronounce it right, I feel like it's okay if they don't necessarily get the spelling. Unless you explicitly say how to spell it and then they still get it wrong. They're trying their best, but, like, man, can you at least put in a little bit more effort, please? Please. Reminds me of that cake with no message please written on it. Real. Sometimes people take it a little bit too literally. And it's very silly. One time they got my name so wrong. My name is nowhere near that. I do wonder how that happens sometimes. This happened to me before. I've gotten a name that was like only slightly close to mine, and every time I'd be like, what? Who? You look so pretty today. I feel like I look pretty every day, but thanks. I feel like I should look pretty every day, but thanks. That's when you find a fun nickname. That's also true. Giving them your nickname is usually a good way to do it, because it's shorter. When your name is a letter off the female variant, I'm used to it. So it was written Yuko instead of Yuno. I mean, there have been times I've gotten like a uni. I've gotten a I've gotten Yuko. I've gotten that sort of thing quite a bit. But I mean, luckily, I do think my name is simple enough that people should remember it. But I have a bit of a problem where I sometimes mumble in the real world. I think I sound perfectly loud, but sometimes I do mumble. And if I mumble, people kind of have to guess what the second syllable is, because it'll usually be like, you know? So then they have to guess what the second part was, and then that's where the interesting things happen. We'll just call you Bob. Why Bob? Can you at least call me something else? She speaks well, but she does not speak loud. So true. There's a reason I have to tell all of my collab partners to turn me up extensively. To me, I sound like I'm speaking quite loud, but, then I find out that I'm not. And then I find out that the gain is, like, not turned up. Okay, Dave. Fine, whatever. Whatever. Fine. Yuno speaks in lowercase. You know that, like, I don't know if it was, like, a trend or a meme or whatever, but you know that thing people did a while back where they were abusing the, like, small text? And, like, making all of their messages tiny text to imply that they were speaking in a very quiet voice? That's how I speak. Hi, can I get a venti mocha frappuccino, please? No whip. And they're just like, sorry? Hi, can I please get a venti mocha frappuccino with no whip, please? That's what I sound like. That's what I sound like. I'm literally so tiny. It's either that or when I am told to speak louder, I then scream. So it's like, venti mocha frappuccino, please. And then it's bad. Yeah, like that. That text. Ouch, I had to turn up my volume to even hear you. That's the bit. That's the joke. I need more ASMR of that, of me being insecure and not speaking loud. Did you know that our souls are connected by fate? Did you know that our souls are connected by fate? Oh, what do you know? So you're saying you're just a little guy. I've been saying, if you needed any possible, like, confirmation that I am, that is your confirmation. I'm just a little guy. Might as well change name change to you low. What? Our souls are connected by tape? What tape? No, sorry, I meant, did you know that our souls are connected by fate? I am exaggerating for the bit, but like, I don't know, my normal speaking volume sometimes just comes across really, really quiet. Our souls are connected by duct tape. Come here. You just hear the sound of the tape coming off of the roll, just like, shh, come here. Flex tape. Now that's a lot of damage. Sounds like you need to find your real-life gain slider. I think I've gotten better. I will say, I think that streaming has helped me generally articulate a little bit louder. I want to believe that I've gotten better. I do think that my laugh has always been kind of loud. So it's really funny because I'll like be talking and I'll be talking in like my normal volume and just kind of rambling about stuff, and then suddenly my laugh will just be really sharp and people will like turn to look because my laugh is super sharp, and I'm just, I get embarrassed. One day I will figure out the perfect volume. Unfortunately, it is on either end. Quiet Oni, loud laugh. Bleh. Are you any good at projecting your voice when you need to? Yes. If I need to, I can project. You have a belly laugh and I love it. No, embarrassing. My laugh is so cringe. I wish I could be one of those people that has a cute little but I can only do that if I'm like putting on like the fake laugh. I know my real laugh is not nearly that cute. I kind of like the quiet Yuno. Well, thank you. Quiet Yuno is pretty close to my natural state. So, it makes sense. Do you know what WD-40 is, or are you not into tinkering with stuff? I'm familiar with what it is. I don't know how to use it. That's about my extent of that. You have a great laugh. No! No! I think my laughs are cringe. I think they are cringe. Thanks, though. Thanks, though.
May the only lights guide you back to me.
You've got a hearty haha laugh. I love getting you to laugh. I'm embarrassed. But thanks for saying it's cute, I guess.
May the only lights guide you back to me.
If it moves and should not, duct tape. If it doesn't move and should, WD-40. Oh, interesting. You know, laugh is cute. You can't do anything about it. Well, you could change your laugh, but that'd be a little sad. I mean, it's kind of hard to actively change a laugh, I would say. I think that in itself is a little bit difficult. But, you know. Whenever you think your laugh is bad, you know, just remember you could laugh like Pecora. What do you mean? Pecora's laugh is very funny. She has the kind of laugh that makes you want to laugh alongside her. Like, there's just something very funny about the affectation. Speaking of laugh, I hope you got a good laugh out of that last drawing. I did! It was very silly. Wasn't it fa fa fa? I don't know. The F and the H are kind of interchangeable. I cannot do an actual Pecora impression, but the laugh is... the laugh is doable to an extent. Apparently her real laugh as well, because management had to warn her about it near the office. That's so funny. Speaking of that laugh, though, I think Kaya can actually do a really good impression of it. You should ask Kaya to do her Pecora laugh sometime. Yeah, the arrows. The arrows are like classic, Hololive clip era. Last next time I see her stream. So true. I miss Kaya Nishikino. When will she stream? Kone laugh is funny, also true. Kaya streams? I know, right? Shocking. Baya, don't go. I know she like literally posted her schedule already, but I'm just being like, where's Kaya? And Radshad's on break, so I miss Radshad too. Radshad. Is this the mandatory beach episode? I am on vacation at the beach, yes. Hi. I don't think it was until I started watching VTubers that I heard such unique laughs. That's the thing, right? So many unique people can become VTubers. And you get to experience so many like unique voice types, unique laughs. Super good. Hanamizuki break time. Everybody else is like gone and I'm just sitting here like, well, I guess there's me. Me and the Tamagotchi. I miss Ron. I also miss Ron. I miss my wife. I miss my wife. One downside of taking trips is that you miss the people in your life. It's me. I miss my wife. Where is Ransuki-ha? It's okay. She'll come back soon. We must be strong in her absence. We will be strong and brave. Poor dad missing their family. I miss my wife, Tails. Man, I love the real-time fan dubs. They're just so silly. I go back and watch them a lot. Wife gone. Sad life. That's me for real. Why didn't you go with your wife? Because wife has to take care of wife business. The one time everyone but the dad goes out to get milk, it really do be like that. It's okay. It is okay. I guess Father's Day should be somewhere around the corner. Oh! I mean, I was about to say that could be fun, but then I realized that they're probably not going to do anything for Father's Day. One! Yeah, that was a really good bit. I liked that one too. Wife even met up with her daughter. I saw... They were like messaging the Hanamizuki chat when they were talking about how they met up, and I was like... being stuck in Onigashima sucks. I wish that were me. I wish that were me. I wish I was there. It should have been me. It's okay. Eventually, one of these days, I will get to meet them too. Whenever this banishment is finally lifted. The FOMO hurts for real. But it's okay. It's okay. I am very happy that they got to meet. I heard that they had fun. I don't think they hung out for super long, but I heard that they had fun. One day you shall all meet and give one another the biggest of hugs. I mean, it's more like the other two will hug me because I don't really like hugging, but I'll just accept it. I'll like stand in the middle like, okay, I guess this is my life now. This is fine, I guess. I'd offer to mail you and your box the next meetup, but have you seen shipping costs? Yeah, unfortunately, I think my box is a little bit too big to ship also. you would have to carry all of that weight. And it'd be very heavy. You will be hugged and you will enjoy it. I don't know about enjoy it. I will accept it. I don't know about enjoy it. But it would be nice to get to meet up with them. Tolerate a single greeting hug and then ban physical contact the rest of the trip. Unless I initiate, yes. That will basically be how it goes. I'll be like, you are allowed the one greeting hug. After that, no touchy, please. Unless I feel comfortable enough to initiate touch. You won't even accept a hug from your wife. I just said I will accept it. I'm just saying that I don't want hugs all the time. I have explicitly stated that I do not like physical touch. On those, like, love language tests, for me, physical affection is always 0. It's the only category that's, like, a full 0. I do not do physical touch very well. I don't mind it. I can tolerate it to a certain extent, and I can also initiate it if I feel comfortable with somebody. But, other than that, I usually don't really do a lot of touching. This is not really my vibe. But if I initiate it, it's a little bit different. I have to be on a certain comfort level, though. I think maybe with Hanamizuki, I would be around that level of comfort, but it would be our first time meeting IRL, so I'm not sure. Daily allowed hug ticket. Yes, you are allowed maybe 1 hug per day. But I'm open to it because I know that there are people who express their feelings through physical touch a lot. One of my good friends is like that. I tolerate it when it's from him because I know that that's just how he expresses it and he can't stop it. So I'm just like, okay. Very big on, like, the handshakes, this guy. I am not good at giving handshakes. You and Charlotte, the anti-huggers, very true. I mean, that means that we would get along. I feel like Charlotte and I could exist in the same space because neither of us would want to, like, touch the other person, so we would just be like, respectful nod, and then we would go about our business. Kaya would use the ticket at the beginning of the day. Are you sure? I honestly don't think Kaya would use the ticket that much. Ron would save hers for the best moment. Also correct. Ron would hold on to it. I don't think Kaya would actively use it. Need art for the daily clock token. Anti-huggers are also short people. Is there a correlation? Have all of the tall girls said that they are okay with hugs? Interesting. I do wonder. I mean, I don't really think it's a height thing. I don't think so anyway. I've just always had issues with hugs in general. Like, I don't mind them. It's just, would rather not. There are no tall girls in kawaii. Okay. Well, I mean, like, taller as in, like, on the upper end of the height chart. There are no tall girls in kawaii because we're, like, 6 feet tall. Yeah, okay. That's not what I mean, and you know it. I think Wayna skews the stat. This is true. Wayna is, like, extreme hugger. But why not? I mean, like I said, I can tolerate it to a certain extent. If that's how people express their affection, or, like, if that's their love language, I'm like, okay, that's chill. But, like, I don't really go out of my way to initiate it myself. 170 centimeters for a girl is pretty tall. 170, huh? 170, huh? I see. What are your love languages? My biggest one is words of affirmation, I think, last time I took the test. Words of affirmation, quality time was second. I think acts of service and gifts were like kind of interchangeable. And then at the full 0 was physical touch. Aren't there 5? Is it like a pick 2? I mean, you can test it. But if you vibe with certain ones, yeah. I think people usually say that there are 2 because, or people usually have 2 per person because in case like the first one isn't one that people are comfortable with, then they have the second to fall back on. I'm a pretty low maintenance individual, so for me, words of affirmation, super good. And then quality time. Quality time's also a pretty big one. No touch Buno, but let Buno know she matters and show it. Indeed. I very much thrive off of words of affirmation. Like on Twitter, I mentioned that I was going through my marshmallows. I keep a lot of the really gushy ones to myself because the words of affirmation really help me. So that's why I don't really answer those as much. I hold on to them because, like, the thing about answering them is that I then kind of forget they exist. I would have to scroll down my marshmallow profile to see all the answers. But if I'm just looking in the inbox, I can be like, yippee! Words of affirmation, let's go! Yippee! You know, as a softie, always have been. I've been telling you from the beginning. She hoards them dragon style. Yeah, my dragon hoard is nice messages. When you say those words on stream, you get embarrassed. Yeah, because it's like, I mean, I don't want to call it love bombing, but like it feels like very. It just makes me more flustered seeing it directly. I guess you get to see the reaction in real time. I think I also get kind of flustered and embarrassed when I read the marshmallows. So it's like you just see the reaction like live versus me reacting in the comfort of my room where nobody can see me. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of how it ends up being, becoming, doing. Excellent. Oh no. You see, the flustered is ultra cute, so it amplifies it, creating a cycle. No! No cycle! Break the circle! Break it in half! No! No cycle! No cycle! So you get flustered from compliments, we call you cute, complimenting you further, making you more flustered. That's cuter. No! You're not supposed to see the pattern! Stop seeing it! Don't perceive. There's no cycle. Only you can break the cycle. Positive feedback, you cute. No! You know, reverse. The feedback loop has been established. Oh no. It's over for me. Gone before it could even begin. Man. Yeah, see, we're reversing. Reverse, reverse. You know, is always cute, so we gotta always tell her so she can die of compliments. No! No! You know, is cute and I love her thoughts and topics. We're not doing this! Not like this, bro. I do feel like VTubers and people in general need that little reminder every now and then. They do. People need to be reminded, I think people just need to be complimented in general. For real, for real. It is important to do. No, son. I like when her voice gets high when she's flustered. No.
I don't know what you're talking about. My voice only gets low. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Nope. Never happened. Sounds fake.
Yuno is cute and smart. I don't know about the second one. I don't like being complimented. I mean, I feel like a lot of that issue kind of comes from, like, issues of esteem. I think it's better to still accept the compliments even if you don't necessarily like being complimented, because if you are constantly rejecting compliments to an extent, it does kind of start affecting your mental state. So even if I don't agree with certain compliments that are given to me, I'm just like, well, thank you anyway. I don't know if I agree, but thank you anyway. The forehead stores the big brain. I wish. I'm pretty sure that there is nothing behind this big forehead. Wind noises. Otome boy information, maybe. Idolmaster information, probably. I'm surprised when I get compliments. Typical guy thing where we don't get a lot and don't get used to them. Well, I think that guys deserve to be complimented too. It is not just girls who deserve compliments. Everybody deserves compliments. You do a lot better at certain things than you think you do. I suppose so? Define certain things. That's me at work. My general reaction to you have been the most helpful is generally, well, that's not good. Really? Guys, what the heck? If it helps you start to at least accept compliments, think of it this way. That person went out of their way to compliment you, and to fully reject it is a bit rude to them, so at the very least accept for their sake. Yeah, that's kind of the best way to look at it. It's like, it can be considered a bit rude to fully reject compliments all the time, because that will eventually lead to you just never getting compliments again. Because people will know that you'll just keep shooting it down. And then that makes them feel bad that you feel so bad. You can fit a whole media fixation in there. You don't have to call me out like that. I just appreciate a compliment. They just catch me off guard. Well, you guys are funny. You guys are very, very nice. You guys are fun to talk to. That's part of why I enjoy streaming every single day, because it's fun to talk to you guys and learn about what's been going on every single day. You guys are very supportive. I feel very energized every time I stream. Usually, one could argue that a stream takes a lot of energy, but for me, I feel more energized a lot of the time. Are you sure about all of this? Yes, I am. I don't say compliments or, like, words in general that I don't mean. I really try hard to not lie. Hey, whoa, 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 that's embarrassing. You gotta take it, get loved, nerd. If you need help, blink twice? What do you mean? I speak only the truth. I'm sorry you guys can't just take the freaking compliment. You just got Yuno reversed? Yeah, you got Yuno reversed in real time. Take my compliments. That's a guy that's like the one compliment I'll get for the entire year. Joke's on you! Every time you guys are on stream, I'll make sure to compliment you! You guys are about to get so many compliments. What are you gonna do about it? You can't do anything. Oh, yo. Oh, yes. You know, complimenting stream? Like a stream where I just focus on complimenting you guys? I could totally do that. List of compliments. I mean, members would know this if you watched the members stream. But, my, one of the next videos I'm posting is kind of related to this. Less so compliments, more so affirmations. There is an affirmation-related thing that will be coming out in June, more than likely. Because I finished editing the script on Saturday, so I will be able to record and work on that. Oh, 1 second. I gotta go do something really fast. 1 sec.
May the Oni lights guide you back to me. May the Oni lights guide you back to me. May the Oni lights guide you back to me. May the Oni lights guide you back to me. May the Oni lights guide you back to me.
Why are we out here gifting memberships? Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Welcome to the Oni Lights. Sorry about that. I heard other Oni summoning my presence. People came to visit because it is a holiday. Long story short, I got burgers. And a piece of strawberry shortcake, but I put the shortcake in the fridge. But I got burgers. So I guess I'm gonna be eating a little bit. A surprise eating stream. I don't want the burgers to get cold, so... burger time. Other Oni are with you on vacation. Let's call it room service. So we can maintain our immersion. Let's call it room service. What's on the burger? Cheese, lettuce, onion, and ketchup. I am a pretty simple Oni with simple burger needs. Yum 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 yum.
An offering. Thank you so much.
Yum burger, enjoy dinner. Thank you. And thank you for the $25. No sauce? I said ketchup. Is ketchup not a sauce? Not a lot of ketchup, though.
It's not? Okay, fine, whatever. No sauce then. Whatever, if you're gonna be this picky about it. Thank you for the dono, though. Yippee! No mayo? No mayo. I mean, I do like mayo on my burgers sometimes, but I usually prefer that on a bacon burger. But this burger doesn't have bacon. It's just a burger. But it's good. Enjoy your burger? I am. It's yummy. What kind of cheese? Cheddar. Cheddar cheese. Have you considered not skipping arm day? No. Girls have to look slender, slim, and pretty. I am just fulfilling my duty. Tomatoes? No, I hate tomatoes. Pickles? No, I hate pickles even more than I hate tomatoes. Like I said, simple Oni, simple burger needs. What sort of meat? Burger meat? What do you mean? You hate pickles? Yes, I am not a pickle enjoyer. Pickles are not my vibe. Just say you hate vegetables? I literally have lettuce and onion on this burger. I don't hate vegetables. I love green vegetables. I just don't like tomatoes or pickles. You guys are such babies. Pickles are green, leafy greens then, if we have to change it. What about zucchini and mushrooms and carrots? Zucchini, neutral. Mushrooms, generally good, mostly neutral. Carrots, hate. Carrots, loathe. Carrots, despise. Name every vegetable. See, the joke is, many things can't really be considered vegetables. Vegetables were invented by big produce. What about celery? Good with peanut butter. Or broccoli? I like broccoli. Broccoli's really good. You know, watch that too? Of course I did. Potatoes? Love them. But I don't know if potatoes really count. They're a tuber. Biologically speaking, vegetables aren't a thing. Correct! Vegetables are a conspiracy made by Dole and Big Vegetable. They are right and they should say it again. Good old ants on a stick. I don't like ants on a stick, because I don't really like raisins. But I just don't mind the celery with peanut butter. You're a V potato? Yes. Have you seen me? I am definitely a potato. What's ants on a stick? It is a piece of celery with peanut butter in the center, and then raisins put on top of it in like little dots. Like ants. You're on avocado? We went over this. I'll take being an avocado too. That's also good. I love avocado. Dang, I love burger. I'm also excited to get into that shortcake. It's in the fridge for now, but I am probably going to dig into that after stream. That'll be my post-stream treat. Avocados are a fruit. I know! I know this! Avocado sauces are the best smoothies. I don't know what that sentence means, but I do agree that avocado is really good in smoothies. I've had an avocado smoothie before and it was really great. I love avocado on sushi. I see. California roll enjoyer. I understand. Avocado sauce. So guac? True. I can agree. Guac is really good. No matter what it's in, I just don't like avocado. That's fair. Those are two different thoughts combined into one. I love that for you. It's okay. Lunch break, oh, hey there. Hi, hey, whoa, hi, hey. Maybe avocado in smoothies it can be okay, but everything else I just don't like avocado. I guess that's fair. To me, I think I've said this before. Avocado has a very mild taste to me. Sometimes when I eat it, especially on like a burger, I don't even taste it independently. It just kind of tastes like a extra fat, you know? Granted, it's a more healthy fat. To me, it sometimes has the equivalent of, like, butter. In a positive way. Butter, parentheses, positive. But I do also really like guac. But it can't have too much cilantro because I have the soap gene. Avocado adds more consistency than flavor. True. True. I can't stand avocado, it's the texture I can't do. That's fair. I like it. Not the soap gene, yeah. Unfortunately, I am one of those. Unlucky, indeed. If it's like a very small amount of cilantro, I can handle it. But unfortunately, most of the things that you order that have cilantro in them go crazy on the cilantro. So a lot of guac I can't enjoy if there's too much cilantro in it. The best kind of guac is the kind that doesn't have cilantro. Or very, very little. I've told this story before too, but the reason I found out I had the soap gene was because I tried pho when I went to a restaurant with friends, and I said that it tasted like dishwater. I said it tasted like dishwater, and everyone got so mad at me because they thought I was saying something really offensive about the cooking, and I was like, that's not what I meant. I'm sorry, that's not what I meant. It's just, I don't know what's going on. And then I found out later, because Onimama also has the gene. So I was talking to her about it, and she was like, oh, you had pho. That has, like, cilantro in it, right? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh, you got the soap gene from me. And I was like, the what? And she told me about how some people have, like, a gene that makes it so that when you have something with cilantro, it just tastes too much like dish soap and you can't have it. So I was like, oh, that's why it tasted like dishwater. So then I had to tell the group chat, and the group chat was like, oh, okay. You did this to me. Such a shame, too. I think I really would have liked pho if it wasn't so, like, cilantro heavy. Prefer cooked over raw onions and soft foods such as burger and that unwanted crunch. No, I love raw onions. I actually don't really like cooked onions. I think cooked onions are too sweet. I really like the bite that fresh onions have. I love that crunch. Not even onion rings? Onion rings are on thin ice. Onion rings are on thin ice usually because they still have the onion flavor, but they're still not really the texture that I like. I like them crunchy. I've never heard someone preferring raw onions overcooked. I love raw onions. I love the strong oniony taste. I feel like when you cook them down to get rid of that taste, I don't get it. I don't get what the point is. You can have pho without cilantro? I mean, you can. But don't most of those restaurants, like, judge you for not having it? Isn't it, like, an important key part of the dish? That's the thing. I prefer them grilled. Grilled is okay. Raw onion is yummy in salad. You get me! Whoops. My plastic plate fell off my lap. It's okay, there's nothing on it. But yeah, you get me. I love raw onion in salad. Red onion in a salad, delicious. Extra crunch, extra sharp flavor. So good. Tell them you're allergic. Sorry, I'm allergic. Every time I eat something with cilantro in it, it tastes like dishwater. Speaking of grilled vegetables, I discovered that I like grilled Brussels sprouts. They have to be grilled practically to a char, though. I think I told that story before, though, because that was something I ate when I was out with my friend a couple months ago. Let's see, I'm a good oni. I eat a lot of my quote-unquote vegetables. Roasted broccoli and cauliflower is tasty. Also true. Raw red onion is great, but I prefer yellow and white onions cooked. I guess that's fair. Not me, though. Crunchy and raw all the way, baby. Cooking them to that dark flavor is how you get the most flavor out of them. Sounds like your friend knows what they're doing. I mean, my friend didn't make them. We went to a restaurant that served grilled Brussels sprouts. And it was in like a garlic aioli on top. Like it had a garlic aioli drizzle. So good. You like bell peppers? Yes. Bell peppers are good. That sounds fantastic. It was. I still think about them, honestly. I do think that restaurant delivers. Maybe someday soon I will get them again. What's your favorite drink to have during summer? Oh, that's so tough. I love cold drinks. As you guys know, I am the person that gets cold drinks still even in winter. I think my go-to, if I'm not having like an iced coffee or something, I love iced green tea lemonade. I'm a big lemonade enjoyer, but there's at Starbucks you can get an iced green tea lemonade and you can add like peach juice to it. I think you can technically add apple juice too, but I prefer the peach. That's like my favorite combination, and I always get it in like the biggest size possible.
It's so good. So refreshing. My favorite would have to be peach iced tea. Iced tea is just the way to go. Iced tea mixed with some sort of fruit juice. The move. I like strawberry lemonade a lot as well. Same! Strawberry lemonade is good. Lemonade, I think, is just the best go-to summer drink. Big sizes are more cost-effective. You can keep drinking it longer, too. Ice cream or popsicles? Ice cream. I do like popsicles, but I feel like if I'm going to go to, like, an ice cream place and the options are there, I'm always going to choose, like, the ice cream in a dish. There's something that feels more summer. I mean, popsicles, too, are also pretty summer. But I think, to me, it's definitely the ice cream. Depends on the ice cream, that's also true. But sometimes a popsicle really hits the spot. But I think popsicles just go away really fast. What about milkshakes since you like ice cream? I do like milkshakes, but I'm very picky. Because I feel like most places, milkshake sizes aren't big enough. I want, like, when I want a nice drink, I want something big. I feel like most milkshakes are not served very large. From what I have observed. So, like, they're good, but they disappear very fast. So, in terms of, like, getting value, I would probably choose, like, a regular drink that's, like, way bigger. Would you eat avocado ice cream? In a heartbeat. Yes. Avocado and chocolate? Yum. That'd be so good. Avocado ice cream is just wasabi? That is incorrect. That is an incorrect statement. That is so far from wrong. You say green tea, you mean normal Japanese or Chinese green tea or something like Ceylon? Probably something closer to Ceylon. Because like I said, this is something I usually get from like a Starbucks or something. And I feel like that green tea is super watered down. Not as wrong as avocado ice cream. You're allowed to be incorrect. But avocado is just a different alternative form of fat. So putting it in an ice cream makes sense logistically. And the flavor is mild enough that it would just be really creamy. Congrats on 11K. Thank you! We're moving up. I think we're close to 11.3 now. We're making progress. I have two shorts. I have 2 vertical streams planned this week, so I'm hoping we can get it up even higher. I don't know if I can shoot this high, but maybe 12K? Maybe 12K, question mark? At least you don't eat choco pasta and choco nuggets. Okay, but the thing is, I would try it. The thing you have to understand about me is that while I don't eat them regularly, I would try it. I'm quite adventurous with most, foods, if it's not seafood. If it's not seafood, I'm quite adventurous when it comes to eating, so... Even if it sounds weird, I would try it at least once. 14K because you're gold. After I tried mole, I'm down to try chocolate and different things. I don't know if you know what mole is, though. I'm a little bit familiar. I don't entirely remember. I just know that it's like a spicy, sometimes spicy, chocolate. It's like preparing chocolate for like a savory dish. And you eat it like on top of other stuff, I think. It's like a sauce. I'm a little familiar. I've never had it, but I've like heard about it from watching like foodie YouTube videos. What about insects? I would try an insect. I think if I could like ignore the fact that it's an insect and just pop it into my mouth, I would probably be fine. I am usually quite scared of bugs. But I feel like if I just ignore the fact that it's a bug, I'd be okay. Like, for example, chocolate-covered crickets, right? You could just hand me a chocolate-covered cricket, but not tell me that it's a chocolate-covered cricket, and I would probably just happily eat it, because yay, chocolate. And I'd be like, oh, that's surprisingly crunchy. And then you tell me later that it was a bug, and I'm like, oh. That's kind of how I am. It's basically chocolate and pepper salsa used on top of chicken. Oh. A bit of cocoa powder in curry is great? Huh. I mean, I know someone who makes curry by adding a bit of apples, so I guess it's not too far off. I finished my burgers. Yippee! I'm happy. I've baked with grasshopper flour before. Ooh, interesting. I feel like that would just be a very grainy texture. Yippee! Yuno has finished eating and is now full. Indeed. At least for now. My second stomach is probably going to activate soon, and it's going to make me eat that strawberry shortcake. I'm going to eat that strawberry shortcake real good. Nom 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 nom. Hi, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Ah, yes, the dessert stomach. Usually it is my ice cream stomach, but sometimes it is just the general dessert stomach. Now you're making me really want for it to be dinner time. How late do you eat dinner? This is usually a default dinner time for me, at least. Second stomach? Yuno has multiple stomachs? I love when you guys take everything I say literally. I can't even make jokes! I make a joke and suddenly you guys are like, whoa, 2 stomachs? Is that new Oni lore? It's 4 p.m. here and I eat at 7. Oh, okay, that's fair. Dual wielding tummies. One in each hand, I guess. Jeez, Yuno, how come Onigashima let you have 2 stomachs? It's part of the ritual. I developed a second stomach that's purely for desserts. I don't know why. I guess it's just to better, like, conserve energy. One stomach for powering the normal, like, half Oni body. The other stomach is for powering my magic. It's powered by pure sugar. Oni ROP! The One Piece? Oni or the One Piece? Someone tell Kaya! List of stupid jokes made by Yuno Hanaki. It'd be a pretty long list by now, I think. That's lore. Quick, write that down. Those are some good burgers. I enjoyed that. Solid 9 out of 10 burgers. Onigashima is a location in One Piece, I think, so there you go. I think I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again because you said that. When I was first talking about being from Onigashima, my manager thought that I was talking about the Onigashima from One Piece. My manager who lives in Japan, is fluent in Japanese, thought that I was talking about the Onigashima from One Piece, and not the one from actual Japanese mythology. Hello? Hello? Momotaro exists! I literally had to explicitly say, hey. So, you remember the Legend of Momotaro? And they were like, oh, right. They really well and truly thought that I was talking about the Onigashima from One Piece. And I was like, no, not the One Piece one. I don't know anything about One Piece. But One Piece. See, the issue, right, was because we were trying to look up stuff to talk about regarding Onigashima, because, like, blah blah lore plans, like lore-related content. So we were looking up Onigashima, and, like, they were screen sharing to me, so they were showing me, like, their Google search page, and they typed Onigashima, and then One Piece results came up, and they were like, well, I know you're probably basing it off of the One Piece understanding, but... And I was like, no, I'm literally not. If Kaya had your lore, that might have been the case. Honestly, I don't know if Kaya could have pulled off the Yuno model. I don't think Kaya could have been this, but honestly, I can't see Kaya as anything but Kaya. I do not think that she could have been me. Conversely, I don't think I could be Kaya either. Alternatively, I cannot see myself in Kaya either. Kaya is Kaya and Yuno is Yuno, true. Mm-hmm. You guys have been in these models so long, can't see you otherwise. Correct. Before I watched you, I didn't know the island from Momotaro even had a name. Oh my god. The lack of literacy. The lack of literacy. Oh, hi, Duolingo Owl. Hi? Good choice of clothing color. I see you like green because you are green. I knew because of FGO. That was the other thing that came up a lot. Well, not specifically when searching Onigashima, but when we were trying to look up, like, Oni to talk about when I was still working on Oni Bites. A lot of the Oni that I would search, their FGO iterations were the things that showed up first. So every time we were both just like, ah. I see. FGO. That's one thing I knew, but that's because I studied Japanese history and mythology. And I love that for you. I just wish there were more people who knew. Outside of Japan, there's almost no way you'd learn anything about the Oni unless you look it up or you're an FGO weeb. I mean, I knew about Onigashima. And I didn't particularly look up that much. Besides knowing, like, the folklore. But that's because we read Momotaro in, like, basic Japanese class. Like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. But you are a weeb. But, like... even taking a class that was not for weebs! What the heck? Rude. We're a weeb? I mean, I don't deny this, but like... I mean in terms of like my general knowledge. Looks up Japanese folklore in Japanese class. Yeah, I didn't even look it up. I'm kind of a genius or something. Just being a mythology nerd is enough to find out about it? Yeah! And I really did like mythology when I was younger, so that might have been where I got the information the first time. I was like super big into like Greek and Egyptian myths specifically. Not as much anymore. I feel like I forgot most of my knowledge, but that was a big fixation that I had for a period of time. Anyways, all of that to say, even my own management thought that I was talking about the one from One Piece, and I was like, no, I'm not. I am talking about the one from mythology. I learned Greek mythology from God of War and Percy Jackson. I mean, Percy Jackson is a pretty good way to learn, I would say. I don't know anything about God of War, so I can't say whether or not that one is accurate. But Percy Jackson's a pretty good book series. Very good for middle grade and lower. I was a huge Greek mythology nerd back in school. What is it with fixating on Greek mythology specifically? Like, I know we learn a little bit about it in school, but like, why do we all get so fixated on it during like our school years? Because this was true for a lot of my friends. We all had like a fixation on mythology. God of War is definitely not accurate. It's the heroes because it's Western, because it's cool. We got lots of answers here. A lot of it translated over to stuff in the West. It's something about magic and myths and stories. That's true. Greek mythology is what we have the most records of. Oh, you know what? That makes sense. Understandable. I get it. Because they're all hot. That's the Hades player. Hades player spotted. I blame my grandma. She loves Greek mythology and made sure I would too. That's cute, though. I think that you could bond with her over that. That's very sweet. Can you blame us? They made everyone in Hades 2 a 10 out of 10. I never said I could blame you. I was there when we saw Moon Woman. I was the one that said Moon Woman first. I was like, Moon Woman! She was very pretty. I understand. I was there. The Hades player, hot, hot, everyone is hot. That's the problem. I mean, that's also just true of the general Greek gods and goddesses, you know? Because a lot of them would sometimes come to Earth and, like, play around with humans and, like, flirt with them and stuff. Humans would easily be bewitched by all of the gods. So the fact that all of the gods have been made this attractive, technically in line with lore. Technically, canonically accurate. Even the ones that are meant to look like more horrific creatures are still very attractive. Moon Woman. She was so pretty. I love Moon Woman. Cough cough Zeus. Even Hephaestus gets it? Yeah. Chaos has no right and all the right to look that good. I love Chaos's look. It's so good. Weird, this is the second time I've had to talk about Hades. I talked about it during another Crab's Treasure too. Hades follows. Just be like, oh, a thing? A thing that I haven't spent quality time with? Say less. Had to talk about Hades. Well, I made one reference to Hades, and then somebody was like, "Would you ever play Hades on stream?" And I was like, probably not. And then in this current spot. This wasn't just for women. That man literally targeted heartbeats. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said a thing I haven't spent time with. Let's go. Yeah, spent quality time. Spent a long time. Well, I assume it was a long time. Not to make assumptions, but I do assume. No one was safe from Zeus. No one. Yippee. I don't know why I said yippee just then. I guess I just feel pretty happy. Still feeling the happiness from my burgers? Maybe so. Still feeling the happiness from talking to you guys? Also maybe so. You don't know. Am I happy about you guys or am I happy about the burgers? It's a mystery. Zeus, yippee! I would not yippee for Zeus. I don't think Zeus would be somebody that I would go for personally. Like, we're happy about Zeus getting it. I love that for him. Yes. The god of death was one of the better morally ones because the sea and sky gods were capricious as heck. Very true. You already spilled the beans earlier. I don't spill beans. I don't possess beans. How can I spill beans if I don't have any beans? Did you ever think about that? I'm one step ahead of you. I don't have beans. You do have beans? I literally don't. I do not possess any beans. How dare you speak beans in Yuno's domain? Well, I am on vacation! In my vacation spot that has no beans present. How dare you? I am here to take a break from the beans. No beans. And it's us that's too literal? Where did we get it from? Well, that's why I said it was a joke. Beans on fire? That is not true! In front of your cheesecake? Not my cheesecake. Don't endanger my cheesecake like this. But yeah, this is a no-bean zone. There will be no beans here. Sounds like you're full of beans today? What does that mean? What do you mean by that? What do you mean I sound full of beans? What? Who? Are you saying that if you rattle me, you will hear the sound of beans inside? What did they mean by this? Maybe they meant if we shake you, you'll make sounds? No! I will not make a shaka shaka sound. That is not true. Instead, I am full of burger. And I don't think the burger will make any noise if you shake me. That endstone is getting close. Dang it, why are we playing football again? Aren't you the Bean Oni? No, I've literally never claimed that. You guys are the ones that say it. No, why are you shaking me? No, stop! Stop it! Stop shaking me! Stop! Stop it! Stop it! Why? I am on vacation. This is rude. How dare you do this to me when I am on my vacation? Full of beans is British slang. Lively, excited, high-spirited. Well, sorry, but the British need new slang, because how dare you say that I am full of beans and expect me to take it in a positive manner? I could never. I could never.
Do not shake the Oni after she has eaten burger. Yes, it will upset my tummy. You what, mate? You what? That's a positive phrase, according to what that person said in chat. Full of beans, British slang, lively, excited, high-spirited. Apparently it means I am lively, but I do not agree. Beans, in fact, mean that I would be perishing live in real time. It's Tuesday, innit? Well, it's actually not, though. Considering it's the British, I can see it. I see you. I see you. Okay, well, I apologize that I started really late. It be like that sometimes. I was having a hard time preparing. I had to, like, verify stuff in order to get certain assets ready, so it was just taking a bit. Anyway, I'm sorry. But I hope you enjoyed this little glimpse into me on my vacation, but I do have more vacationing to do. And a shortcake to go eat. Shortcake by, the beach. But I am going to wrap it up here, probably. Enjoy the beach, punch those waves. I will. I'm gonna give them a left hook. Punch, punch. But yeah, I'm going to send you guys over to Hiyori. Hiyori is doing a, I believe it's a 5K celebration? I didn't read. Is it 5K or 4K? 5K. Yes, 5K. I'll miss you the most. No, I'll miss you! But it's okay. I stream again tomorrow. Tomorrow, in the evening, I'll be doing a vertical karaoke. There will be singing. I might take requests, it depends. We might just vibe and do a lot of singing. That'll probably be it. I don't really have a specific set list planned. I have, like, my playlist of emergency songs still that I ended up not really touching because so many requests were coming in, but, we'll do a little bit of singing. And that's the plan for tomorrow, so you'll see me again, don't worry. Don't worry. But yeah, thank you guys so much for choosing to spend your time with me. I hope that you have a good rest of your time zone. And until I see you again, Inotsu!